All right, Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone of Ruel. Peace and salutations to those who elect. All right. I want to do this video real quick. Basically, it's going to be about to prepare for persecution, all right, from your family. Now, actually, that I think about it, I should get that word persecution. All right, because if you believe in the Bible, that's a big part of this this journey that we're about to take, or that we're going through right now. To enter into the kingdom of heaven, you're going to have to suffer persecution from the world. All right. Now, I looked it up on Google. It says hostility and ill treatment, especially because of race or political or religious beliefs. All right. And as we know, our belief is in the true doctrine of the Bible, man, the truth of the scriptures that the world hates. All right. All right. The truth that Yahushua pushed. All right. And we believe it to be the start from the apostles of Great Millstone on down, the truth that they push out. All right. Which is the 100% truth that we have at GMS and any other camp or group that pushes the same truth, man. It's the truth. All right. And we're going to have to suffer a lot of persecution for this truth. All right. Like I said, what is persecution? It's people coming after you because of your race, political, or religious beliefs. And in this case, we know it to be so-called religious beliefs because this is not a religion. All right. It's our heritage. All right. But the world doesn't see it that way. They see us as, they call us a hate group. All right. They put that black in front of the Hebrew Israelites whenever they call us. All right, they always have to say black Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so this is one of the things that we got to prepare for is persecution, man. All right, and one of the persecutions I wanted to talk about was a persecution from your family. All right, let me get it in the etymology online real quick as well. It says oppression for the holding or of a belief or opinion. From Old French persecution, something like that. Persecution, damage, affliction, suffering. All right. To follow, pursue, to hunt down. So we're going to be getting hunted by everybody, including our family, man. All right. And the reason I wanted to focus on this is because if you're just coming in, or even if you're not, your family can be a great hold on you, meaning that you may still have very strong feelings for certain people of your family, so when that time comes, depending on, who you are, what trials you have to go through when all hell's starting to break loose and whatnot, when they're starting to administer the chip, depending on who you are, the Lord may give you, the Lord may have your family come up against you, as a trial that you got to overcome, and through the Spirit, we know all of our family, every single brother is going to have family come after him, man, because we're going to be made an enemy to the world. All right, America, we're going to be on the news, on the headlines, our faces, our names, where we live at. All right, America is going to deem us as terrorists, man. You're going to have our own family coming up against us, but, it can be hard sometimes, like, having people that you grew up with your whole life coming at you, it's going to be a trial that we're going to have to go through, man. So I wanted to make this video to basically, to tell you to prepare your minds, all right, prepare your spirit for the persecution that's about to come, all right, to you from all angles. All right, now before I get to the main scripture, I wanted to get this scripture real quick to prove that you got to go through tribulation, all right, to enter into the kingdom of heaven, man, which is going to be on earth, because you got a lot of so-called Christians and stuff. They believe in the rapture, which basically they believe one day everybody's going to just go poof, disappear into the clouds. All right, that's not how you're going to get into heaven. Acts 14:22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. All right. So we got to go through a lot of tribulation to enter into heaven, man. And when you look up that word tribulation, it says a pressing together pressure, oppression, affliction. Yeah, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be heavy pressure weighing on us every day, man. All right, we're going through tribulation right now, but it's going to heat up in that when that time comes, when all hell starts to break loose. And even right before that, like right now, you had that shooting in Jersey. All right, that was linked to what they call a black Hebrew Israelite. All right, you know they're already trying to persecute us for that, man. All right, speaking ill about this truth. All right, about the gospel. You know you got family members who may know that you're an Israelite. All right, what if they see that? What if they call the cops? Like, yeah, the so-and-so's a part of this group. They may see the shooting and try to link you to that dude, or with them. All right, or your family might start really coming up against you if they find out. All types of things that you can think of. All right, is gonna happen to the men of the Lord, man, and that's something that we got to prepare our minds to go through, man. Is this up and coming persecution, this tribulation, the hard pressure that we're gonna have to go through, man. All right, they're already trying to demonize us, like I said, over this Jersey shooting, calling this black, hate group. As you see, I believe it was the New York police created a new task force for hate groups, was it? So that's a task force, specifically designed for us. All right, but let me get into the main scripture, man. This is Matthew 10. All right, and this is Yahushua speaking. Now I'm gonna go down to 20. I'm gonna go down Matthew. I'm gonna start at 18. Matthew 10 and 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles. All right, that's right. We're gonna be gathered up. All right, gathered up by what? Part of those people that may turn you into the authorities is your family, man. People who you are close to. All right, you may have a brother, a sister, a mother, and a father. All right, your parents may try to turn you in, man, to the authorities. All right, when your name is on the news, when Esau has deemed you a terrorist against the country, and they're putting bounties on your head, your own family's going to come up against you and try to turn you in, man. But when they deliver you up, take no thought or what ye shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak. Yeah, because the Spirit is going to be dealing with us and working with us, and is going to guide us on what to say and do. Verse 20, for it is not ye that speak, but the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you. And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. All right, so like I said, if you got a brother who's in the world, all right, he finds that, and they're gonna find out that what we're about. Your own family's gonna try to deliver you up, man, and you got to be prepared spiritually to endure that, man. To have that spirit of like, yo, F them people, screw them niggas, yo. That's the spirit that you're gonna have to have in that day, yo. That you don't care about anybody else but the Akim, man, about the hopeful elect. All right, you got to prepare yourself and build up your faith now, because if you don't, when that time comes, you ain't gonna be able to endure the tribulation. Which was another synonym for tribulation. It was a pressure. You're not gonna be able to endure the pressure that's gonna come if you're not preparing now, if you're not building up your spirit now. We may talk about it and say it like it's easy. You may say, you ain't gonna care how your family think about you and stuff in that day, but actually going through it is different, man. Actually having your own brothers coming up against you is a different feeling, man. So you gotta really be prepared for when that day comes. Myself including, I'm speaking for myself first and foremost. It says, because it's speaking, about myself, I got a lot of siblings, man. So I think about when that day comes, how they're going to be coming up against me. I always think about that, man. If they're not a part of the elect, I always put myself in that position. Think about how I'd react. What I'd do, man. Because we got to be preparing ourselves for it now. Because soon the day is going to come that we always talk about, man. We talk about it, we prophesy about it, but when it's actually here, it's going to be a different feeling. All right, verse 21. And it said, and the father of the child, you're going to have your own parents trying to go up against you. Your parents that you've been around your whole life, man. All right, you're going to have the spirit to detach yourself from them in that day. All right, you're going to have the spirit to cast away your family. All right, because they're not truly your family. All right, and it says, and the children shall rise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. So if you got children out there, all right, you gotta understand that, maybe your own children are going to try to come up against you. Now, of course, you got brothers who have kids, not saying that they're all going to be, like 2/3, because a lot of brothers may have children and they're raising them up, righteously, the best we can in this society. All right. So Lord's willing, you don't got children that are, evil 2/3. But hey, what if that time comes and they are, man? Are you going to be able to endure seeing them try to turn you in? Are you gonna, if your children is begging to get the chip because they're hungry, are you gonna get the chip? You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to think about. Verse 22, and it says, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end shall be saved. So that's the whole message of this video, is to pray for the spirit to endure the persecution. Pray for the spirit to be able to endure being hated by your family that you known your whole life. All right. You may have been really close with a brother who's, when you were in the world and then you came into the truth, and you may still talk to him and stuff. You got to be able to endure when he comes up against you, man, when he hates you, and not give in, not give weak, not give up. You know what I'm saying? Not stop running. All right, this is verse 35. For I am come to set a man, or 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. And that's contrary to what everybody thinks of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, which his name is Yahweh Shai. He came to send a sword. All right, he's coming to bring destruction upon this place. It says, for I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's foe shall be they of his own household. All right. So the people whom you grew up with your whole life are going to be the main ones coming up against you, man. Even right now, before all hell's starting to break loose, you got brothers who are being persecuted by their family. All right, you got family members who might have found out what you're about, may have found out the truth, and may try to kick you out the house. That's what you sign up for when you come into this truth. All right. A lot of people seem to think that being an Israelite is a new fad. Once you come to being an Israelite, wearing the garments out there, and there's videos of you out there, the world is going to start to hate you, man. And that includes your own family. So you got to be prepared to be persecuted by your own family, man. It says, and he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and followeth after me is not worthy of me. All right. And of course, we want to be worthy of Yahweh Shai, man. And how are we worthy? By taking on our cross, our enduring the pressure that's about to come. All right. Loving Yahweh Shai more than our mother and our father, man. All right. when you're gonna have different brothers and sisters, your mother, your father, your aunt, your grandmother, your cousins, your uncles coming up against you, screaming at you, telling you to get out of that occult, you know, trying to get you out of the truth, when they're going to be chasing after you, trying to kill you when all hell breaks loose. That's the cross that you got to take up and be able to bear, man. We speak about the destruction coming to this place, coming to America a lot, you know, but we got to focus on ourselves. You know, are we going to be able to endure in that day? All right. That's what we got to, you know, basically what I was just thinking about, meditating on before making this video, man. The persecution that is going to come. All right. And specifically from your own family, you know, because like I was saying, man, it's a different feeling, you know, when it's the people you've known your whole life speaking evil against you and trying to get you out of this truth. You know, you got to pray for the spirit to be able to endure that. Okay. He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So ultimately, we're going to lose our life to the world, to the people around us, but we're going to gain life in Yahweh Shai. All right. Like the scriptures say, I think it's in John 14, but Yahweh Shai said, you know, he is the truth. You know, he is the truth, the life, the way. I'm roughly paraphrasing that. I should just get it. John 14:6, Yahweh Shai saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but me. All right, so Yahweh Shai is the way, he's the truth, and he's the one that gives us life, man. All right, so yeah, we're going to lose our life to the people around us, to our so-called family, but we are gaining life in Yahweh Shai. He's giving us life, man. So that's ultimately all you gotta, that you should be focusing on right now, man. Is keeping your life in Yahweh Shai and this truth. All right, being in good grace, studying, praying, and building up your faith for these times to come, because persecution is nigh at hand. You know, so that's all I wanted to focus on. All right, Lord's willing, we're edified. All praises to Yahweh. Bashim Yahweh Shai. Bashim Rakar Kodash. Shalom.